Hi guys, my name is Annabelle. This is my first YouTube video, so I thought it would be fun to do an everything I've knit this year so far. So I think it's like June 12th or so. Yeah, I think so. So I just compiled a whole list, like a whole pile of everything that I made so far this year. And honestly, I was pulling out the stack and I was thinking that it's kind of a lot of stuff. They're like bigger projects. But yeah, let's just get right into them. They're not gonna be in order or anything. I just like literally pulled them out of my closet. So I'll show you what I'm working on right now. It's this mitten design. I think it's the patterns by Ellen Morgenstern, I believe. But I did make some modifications. Like I added this rose and this little like red part too, but the back looks like this. I still haven't added the thumb gauze yet, and I only made the first one, so I'm making the second one right now, and they're really hard to make. Like honestly, I don't have the DPNs. I just have the small circular needles, if you know what I'm talking about, and it's physically hard to do. It hurts my hands, and they're very small. Like I'm using size 1 needles and size 0 needles, so especially up towards the top, it's very challenging. So it takes me a while to get through those. All right, this is actually the first project that I brought through the year. So I started this last year. I carried it over to this year, but it's the porcelain sweater, but I made it into a vest because I really wasn't following the pattern. I was following more of like the color work chart. Um, so I just kind of improvised. And then when I went to add the sleeves, um, it wasn't really working well. So what I did instead is I folded the extra rim over and I just did like an I-cord edge with the blue. And then I did this bottom part myself. And this is also like a more fitted version. I'll see if I'll like insert a picture or not of me wearing it. Because the original one is a little bit more boxy and I'm not sure if she uses mohair or not. But this yarn is the merino from, it's Morris and Sons. I got it in Sydney, Australia, and I had quite a bit of it left over because I originally intended to make it a sweater. So I'll show you what other projects I did with the leftover yarn. Actually, I'll do that right now. So I made 2 bonnets. Oop, one of them just fell. So here's one of the bonnets. You just like kind of put it over your head like a balaclava and it ties like this. So I got a lot of use out of this when I was traveling through Asia because it was really cold, and I actually got a lot of compliments because it's like blue and white porcelain looking. And same with this one, also the same yarn, same vibe, but I made this not that long ago. I made this actually probably 2 weeks ago. So it looks like this also. It's like the pointy vibe. It's not everyone's cup of tea for sure, but I think it's cute. I think it's cute. Here's the same one with the purple. So actually this is leftover yarn from, I made like a purple cable sweater, the oatmeal sweater by Kutova Kika. I made it last year when I got the yarn from Copenhagen, and I had some left over and I was just like trying to stash bust because I have quite a bit of leftover yarn in my stash. And this is actually a great project for stash busting. If you ever want to make like a little bonnet or a hat or something. Hats are not exactly my thing, but these are because I think they cover the whole face and make it very like cozy, warm. So these I get a lot of use out of. All right, and then I have one last one that I made. This is an original design of mine, and I'm actually working on a sweater. I was working on the sweater first, and I made a mistake, and I didn't really want to unravel the whole thing, so I just have it here, waiting to like, my mom and I were gonna fix it, hopefully, so I don't have to unravel the whole thing because I got done with the whole body plus like half of an arm, so I feel like it'd be kind of a waste. The problem is with the neckline though, but it's just kind of like this house of cards looking, oh, kind of matches my outfit right now. Just like that. And then you can tie it into a bow. Fun fact, I made this on a 14-hour flight from Warsaw to Seoul, and I got food poisoning on that flight, but I finished the hat, so that was good. All right, this is the love letter top by Kutova Kika, and it's just in this like purple color, This project I started last year, and normally whenever I start a project I finish it, but this one, it turned out being too baggy for me and I had to modify the pattern a bit because it was coming quite short for me, so I added an extra like part here. And for the other one I actually made this also in blue. So I got this yarn last year from Washington, D.C. while I was working on this one because I thought I would do them both at the same time, but I didn't even end up doing that until like, this is a project from a week ago. So I had to add 2 extra parts of this, and just like I kept adding parts because just following the pattern, it came up quite short for me. And I don't really know if it was like the needle size or how I knit it, but this one came up shorter than this one, so I had to add more to this one actually, which was strange because this is the same. It's the line by, I think it's the line, yeah, the line by Sandnes Garn. So, but they're really cute. I really like these tops. They're super flattering, and somehow the fit is actually perfect. So maybe I'll add a picture, maybe I won't, if I even remember to edit this, so. Okay, another project I carried over from last year. This was like really my time of just getting through old projects because it makes me feel a lot better when they're done, because I usually just have them in a tote bag and they just kind of sit there. I don't like that. So this is the Oregon Autumn cardigan by, I think it's Alice Starmore, but it could be Jade. It's one of the Starmores, and it has, I think it has like 17 different colors, or just a lot of different colors. And I stopped with the body. So I had the body done last year. I steeked it because it's a steeked project. You can see like here. I just kind of just let it go because I was having problems with the sewing the edges. And then I finished both of the arms this year. I added the button band, this little tag from this store called Banul in Seoul. And I also got these buttons in Korea, so they're little hand embroidered. I think they're chrysanthemum flowers, but I could be wrong. But yeah, this one was really hard to do. I'm really proud of this one actually. And the fit is honestly better than any of the other sweaters that I've knit by her. It's a little bit more boxy, but it's actually works because you can layer it with stuff. And I can't do that with a lot of my pieces because I end up making them more skin tight. So they don't go over something. You just kind of wear it as like a top. But this one, I'm glad I got to do that. All right, this skirt pattern really saw me through a lot of projects. So I made this skirt 4 times. It's the Viking skirt by Isager. The yarn is also the Jensen by Isager. So I have it in this green color, which I got from a yarn store in Seattle called the Tea Cozy Knits. And I actually made this in 5 days. Like, I don't know how I did that. But none of the other ones I made in 5 days. The other ones took a bit more time because it is also physically painful to knit. Kind of like how I was talking about the mitten, how it's physically painful. There's just something about the cables that hurts my hand and like moving them because the yarn is quite stiff. So this one also, this was the first one I did at the beginning of the year. I got the yarn from, and the pattern actually, from a very nice lady in Vienna. She has a yarn store called Wool Vienne, and I actually put the tags from her on here. I have them on a couple of the skirts actually. Yeah, see this one too. This one I got in Osaka, the yarn for it, and I just added these bows. I just sewed them. I thought they were cute. Here's also the same tag from that Banul yarn store I was talking about. This color I really like with a nice sheer black tight. It's really classy looking. And then I have this red one too, which this color is not everyone's color, but I think it's pretty fun actually. I love having a red skirt. And yeah, I just love the texture of, look at all that yarn. Love the texture of them. And the red one I also got from the yarn store in Copenhagen that I mentioned before. But actually, I think that's it. Not that it wasn't a lot of stuff, but it was a pretty short video, I guess. I hope you liked everything that I knit. Let me know which one was your favorite, and let me know if I should keep making more videos, and I will update you guys with the progress of the rest of my year's knitting. So thank you for watching. Bye!